The eighth part of lesson 70 is to do with the way the legs work within the swing. The whole premise of the previous 7 lessons is that we're understanding that the one key movement of shoulder coil to the throat gives you 15 great benefits. So let's look at how the legs work. I'm going to stand here and do my horizontal swing for you. There's my driver. It's not a long way from the horizontal swing to the driver swing. Makes you very powerful. If I put the club across my shoulders like earlier with a 20-pound note, you can see that not only are the shoulders dragging my torso and core muscles and hips into action, but my legs are starting to respond. So when I incline from the hips and my shoulder coil is to the maximum, you can see as the hips turn, the knees stay flexed, but my legs of themselves are being twisted. You're generating power by the coiling mechanism. So back to the 20-pound note, shoulder, hips and feet. So there are your legs in the bottom portion, okay? So the shoulder coil, torso, there's the hips, but look now. You can imagine that your glutes, your thigh muscles, your calf muscles are being dragged into action. If I go from the middle and I turn the hips, again you can see that the legs come to life. So the shoulder turn up here is operating the leg action. Now if you want to improve your leg action, I can give you a drill similar to the one I gave you a minute ago, and hitting shots with your knees together. We think, Luther, if you put your knees together it's going to make you worse. No, it improves you. Let me show you. Toes, ankle bones, knees touching. If you have a swing that sways, you'll fall over. If you have a swing that tilts, your legs will separate. The beauty about hitting shots with the knees together is that your legs work superbly. They contribute to the motion. So, full scale 6-arm posture, bring the feet together, knees touching. I'm imagining that I'm holding a 50p coin, 50p piece between my knees. Okay, knees touching, coil the left shoulder, release. Felt a bit like Bernhard Langer then. He has his feet and his knees very close together in his swing. So, here we go. We coil. Now, if I turn my right foot out, you'll see that my leg action is superb and modest. As I hit the shot, my hips cleared. Where's my weight now? My weight is on the outside edge of my left foot. So even though I'm practicing with my knees together, I am amplifying leg action. You see, if I tilt, my knees separate. If I sway, I will fall over. But when the knees touch, I'm obliged to have good rotation. And in the knees staying together, I'm creating power. Now, once you load the legs, if my right hand releases as it should, the legs are more than happy to cooperate and clear and transfer the weight. Now, it used to be a puzzle to me to know and to see from photographs that great players started the downswing with their hips, legs and knees. Personally, I don't think it needs to be taught. I think if I was to hit a golf shot for you and pause at the top, so I'll load the shoulder, watch my legs coiling in the backswing. I'm going to stop. Now when I release, my hands, arms and legs come through together. But when we don't pause at the top, we coil, the hips and the legs lead. So again, the leg action is something that nature deals with, and it's something you don't have to. If you watch a young lad spinning pebbles at the pond or at the seaside, he'd be whipping pebbles. And if you film him in slow motion, his left leg and his left hip will be leading. Do you think he's thinking about that? I don't. I think he's intent on spinning the pebble, and as he goes back, he loads his legs, and the legs fire, and the legs are ahead of the hand. But I believe it's a reflex anticipation. It's not something that you have to worry about greatly. So, hitting shots with the knees together, you might think would suppress the leg action. It actually improves it. So most of my leg action comes from the rotation of the left shoulder, and if my hands are lively, I've got no problem coming through onto the edge of my left foot. So the very advanced version of this drill is to hit shots knees touching, but as I come through on this shot, I'm going to allow knees together, but my ankles can separate. Okay, so this is the advanced version of knees together. This is coil. Now look at my ankles. They've separated, but my knees have stayed close together, and my weight is on the edge of my left shoe. So you got it? Leg action doesn't come out of thin air. Leg action comes because you load the left shoulder fully and you release the hands. And if you do it instinctively and creatively and boldly, the hips and the legs win the race in the downswing. But trust me, it doesn't need to be a conscious movement.